Let me know if there's any issues with lag or anything like that. Welcome to 2026. Yeah, I can't believe it's already 2026. If you guys are just now tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about XRP. Right now, XRP is really struggling. Yeah, you can kind of see it right here. It really has been struggling for quite a while. It's one of the big things, though, coming with XRP. If you take a look at the 15-minute, we had that big drop from the $1.87, which I talked about the other day. And that was probably a big key factor on it here for the short term. I still expect some volume and volatility with it, but making that V-shaped recovery, trying to get back to that $1.87 on the 15-minute. This was roughly going to be a double bottom here on the short term. I still think that we are in for a ride. As we're coming closer, you guys can see, we've been riding this $1.90 to around the $1.70s for almost 3 weeks. Roughly around 3 weeks here. So we had that first drop from here to there is about 17 days. So about 2 weeks and 3 days. Hey, Kyle, Happy New Year's, man. I really can't believe it's already 2026. I think that's crazy. Yeah, XRP is not really moving right now. A lot of commodities ain't. It is the new year. I mean, we also got to take a look at it in a perspective, too, as right now we're seeing this short-term double bottom, seeing one on Bitcoin as well. That could send it above this resistance, pushing us at $1.91 if it's going to continue. Shiba Inu, though, had a nice little pump, a New Year pump, 5%, which is pretty cool. Same with Ethereum Classic. Some of these are currently making that V-shaped recovery and surpassing it. So I would also expect that we surpass it, hit around that $1.91. Look at Pepe. Pepe's up 10% today. You got to think a lot of people is buying and selling some of these meme coins. If you take a look at silver, silver is currently down quite a bit within just 5 days, roughly 15%. Stocks are currently down as well. You can see that stocks ended up red on December 31st yesterday. We closed red. So end of quarter four, this is a new quarter, so a lot of the new tax season will start now. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is just entertainment purposes only. But yeah, we do got a lot of tax stuff going on right now. You had a lot of tax harvesting there yesterday and the 30th. So that was something that was huge. You can see H bar is currently up 4%. Bitcoin Cash down 1.59. Trump coin still pretty break even on the day for the start of the new year. BNB is also down a little bit. Yeah, some of these meme coins kind of popped off. You got Litecoin back to 78. Solana is still struggling, but I think that's because of the pump fund issues. Dogecoin, Pepe, and Shiba Inu's pretty good little runners today. Those meme coins roughly around that 5% range. Yeah, you can see even on the 15-minute here on Dogecoin. Looks really nice. Had a nice little bounce here. It topped earlier today, almost 10% profit in 20 hours, which is nice. That's kind of what we're seeing on Pepe. Look at Pepe. Pepe's kind of really shot up 13% within about 22 hours. So hopefully we start to see some of these altcoins start to kind of give that a little bit of a push. But with stocks falling yesterday, that was probably something that we expected to see. Yeah, even Polkadot up around 10% just 13 hours, which is super nice. Also, you can kind of see here the crypto fear and greed index. We are slowly moving up, getting closer back to the middle part right here. Still currently in fear. Yesterday was fear 32. Today's 31. Last week was 28. Last month was 20. According to the altcoin season index, we're still currently in the Bitcoin season, currently 21 out of 100. Also, you can see Bitcoin dominance is still 59%, with Ethereum being around 12.1. Crypto ETFs are still currently red. We had a pretty green day on the 29th, but the last few days have also been negative too. We had around $421 million on the 30th of ETF net flows coming out the wrong way, wrong direction that we wanted. So those are little things that you do pay attention to. That's why I think they're really, really big factors right now, definitely with the ETFs. The ETFs are going to continue to kind of move some money around. Even if you take a look at CoinGlass, you can see that there's not really many traders being liquidated. Today, roughly around 143,000 traders been liquidated at around 153.57 million, with the single largest liquidation order was on Ethereum, right around $3 million. So that's pretty big. Pretty big moves, that's for sure. If you're just now tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Yeah, XRP is struggling. You know, a lot of cryptos right now are kind of struggling as well, which is pretty bad. You can see we had 3 big tops here right before the big drop. That is usually a retest of the resistance. That resistance, you can see we kind of made that double bottom pattern here on the 1 hour, and even the 4 hour looks like a good little V-shaped recovery. On the daily chart, you can see that, you know, within probably the last 2 weeks, we've been just riding this line. And, you know, once we start to see some volume and volatility, I think it's going to bring a lot of money into the market. Yeah, it looks like Pepe's coming up on the upside right now still. Shiba Inu. Even Crow Coin's moving a little bit today, which is pretty nice. OXT. Here on the 1 minute, you can see that is looking clean. But Pepe, you know, it's been on a climb today. With XRP, though, we really do need to push a little higher. We need to see that breakout period. It's really struggling right here, right around this support and resistance. It's just bouncing back and forth. Same with Bitcoin, though. Take a look at Bitcoin. It's just been riding this wave ever since around the 14th and the 13th of December. If you take a look at the daily chart too, you can kind of see we're still riding that same position here, right around that 88 to 87,000. We're going to see that breakout period. Once we do, I think we're going to see a lot more people kind of FOMO back in. It's going to be short-term movement, I'd say. But on the daily, it looks pretty nice now. Same with Ethereum. Ethereum's daily has been pretty steady along with XRP and Bitcoin's, right around 15 days. Yeah, you can see once we break above this part, I think we'll push back up close to that 3,500 on Ethereum. Shiba Inu, though, has been struggling. It's a little bullish today, though. Had around a 5% gain. Same with Ethereum Classic. If you take a look at the daily, it still looks pretty rough. Same with Pepe. Pepe's had its first green day than it has in a while. It's been pretty bearish ever since September. So hopefully we can kind of break out of these, kind of see like an altcoin season a little bit. But we got to wait till we get more news on Q1. Here in about 10 days, we will have the CPI, the PPI, all that good stuff. If you're just now tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button. If there's any cryptos you want me to take a look at, let me know down below. And Happy New Year's for everybody tuning in as well. Stellar Lumens have been on the decline. It fell at a rougher percentage, way much more than XRP, 61% in 169 days. If you take a look at XRP, you're looking right around 49, 50% within 168 days. Yeah, I think a lot of people's kind of waiting on that. You know, I think we're going to see a lot of FOMO coming back in once we do start to move back up. I think that volume will bring in a lot of old holders and new holders, and I think that'll give us a clean slate as well. Right now, you got XRP's volume is currently down, you know, to lows that it has been back in 2021 and 2022 in the crypto bear market. Yeah, right now everybody's still kind of expecting that bear market to kind of play out. If we see that cross, it is potentially going to be a big drop. Yeah, it looks like H bar is doing something similar as XRP, Stellar Lumens. Solana though, Solana's not moved very much. Kind of rough. It's having a rough day. OXT, nice little pump. Silver, if you take a look at silver, like look at this, down 6% just today. Silver did hit a new all-time high around that $83 a few days ago, which was nice to see with the precious metals, but we're not really seeing much activity in the crypto market. We're seeing a lot of movement going into the prediction market. Prediction market is on the upcome. If you guys are just now tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button. Kind of just watching XRP here. Hopefully we start to see some volatility, but it doesn't seem like we're going to. Yeah, XRP around this $1.85 to $1.88 has been something pretty steady for quite a while. So just continue to kind of expect the same type of moves when it comes to that. But once we do break out, I do think that we're still going to play out those same kind of positions where it'll be kind of bullish. If you take a look at the 1 hour though, that double bottom is playing out. So hopefully we break back out, get past this $1.91, try to retest these same levels like we did back here on 23rd of December. This would be a good key indication if we do start to kind of climb back up, kind of break some of this pressure back up, at least trying to retest at 220. I still think that 220 is still in play because we haven't dropped below that $1.77. And plus, we're not seeing a lot of volume. That when that volume comes, I do think we're going to pump. Because you got to think here, looking the same on Bitcoin and Ethereum as well ever since around the middle of December. With it being the holidays, probably just people's not trading as much. We're not seeing less activity within the markets. And the prediction markets are up on the incline. So that's something that we do have to, for the volume there. Is everybody in here having a good New Year's? Yeah, this volatility here, same with XRPs. You got Ethereum retesting at $3,000 quite a bit there. I would like to see it break above that 3,000, get to that 3,500. Solana's kind of been in this same kind of channel as well, right between the 130s and the 120s. I think it's going to continue there for a while. It's been having a lot of negative catalysts coming behind it. Chainlink's been looking good today. Same with Jasmine Coin. Jasmine Coin is currently up 4%. Dash is currently up 2%. You got Algo, also had a nice little pump. Telling the 15-minute had a nice little bounce right off of that. Same with H-Bar. H-Bar is kind of seeing that bounce. I'd like to see H-Bar go a little higher. If you take a look at it on the daily, you can see that it's come down roughly right around 66%. I still think if we kind of get back closer to this 13.1, I think we'll probably see closer back to that 16 cents, which is a pretty good move. You know, it's looking like it's getting ready to either drop again or we're getting ready to see some bull activity trying to get back up on the daily. But even if you take a look at the weekly chart looks a lot like XRPs, and it looks a lot like Stellar Lumens. These smaller cap coins will take bigger hits than some of these other ones. If you're just now tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help out. Let's go to the 15-minute. I still think that double bottom is going to play out here on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Getting super close back to the $1.88. That's going to be right where the resistance pretty much is. Liquidations are pretty low. We're not really seeing much volatility, but I think it's probably where it's the New Year's. Everybody's out spending time. They're not really looking into crypto today. But this is a good opportunity. You can see Pepe, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin. A lot of stuff is slowly moving up while other people's probably just enjoying time with the family. I say more than likely you got some traders still kind of trading it. So people will fumble back in starting tomorrow. And then a lot of those guys may try to sell off. Because today's trading volume is only at 105 billion. That is pretty low. We're almost literally below the $100 billion range in trading volume. Usually we're right around 250 to 500 billion in like a bull market. Steadily is usually around 150 to 250 for it to kind of be steady. And right now we're at pretty big lows. Yesterday we had around a 34% jump. We was right around the 150 billion. Today we're just at 105 billion. The open interest today is up a little bit more, right around that 2.5. I'm assuming that's going to be from retail investors. 24-hour liquidations are down 21% from yesterday. We're currently just at 153 million. Long and short ratio is still about 50-50. I would like to see this double bottom play out, kind of break us out here. I would love to see us get closer back to that 220 range. That 220 range could be a big indication for us. I say when it comes, it's going to come in pretty quick. It'll probably cause a little bit of FOMO. We'll start to see more trading volume on them days. Good morning. Happy New Year's. If you're just now tuning in, Happy New Year's, everybody. Yeah, I would like to see us get above this $1.88. But until we see that volume, it's really going to see less hype. I think more people's kind of switching around cryptos. You got more people switching out from XRP as we've lost a lot of holders just within the last 60 to 90 days. We've lost quite a bit of holders. And that's looking on the XRP ledger. Yeah, the 1 minute here still looks a little rough. Trump coins coming down a little bit. Same with Bitcoin. Yeah, I would like to see XRP kind of pop off. Even on the weekly. You know, we've been bearish ever since around July on the weekly chart. It's pretty much had its days ever since July where it's see a nice little pump for about 3 or 4 days and then close on the weekly on the downward spiral. Lucky for us, though, the volume coming in is going to be pretty big as, you know, we still have this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We got a few days before the next weekly, so hopefully we kind of see that incline in the volume at least tomorrow, if not sometime this evening. I know some of the other markets, like the Asia market, was moving a lot of money last night. We had some whale activity, roughly around $300 to $400 million in transactions, just within a few whales last night. That's coming on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Let me know if there's any issues with my mic or anything down below. If you guys are just now tuning in, hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. I still think XRP, a lot of these altcoins are really going to pop off, guys. It's going to be sometime in 2026. Quarter one is usually a little low on trading volume, and it's a little low on movement within cryptos. But hopefully we get to see some interest rate cuts and some big catalysts coming for cryptos in general to really see it pop off. Yeah, I would like to see it break above that $2, just like we talked about the other day on the 4-hour chart. We're still seeing that kind of pattern here. The same pattern is kind of even coming on the 1 hour now. We're considered channeling, and I think once we start to continue to see them channels, we're going to see that incline. Right now, that's really pretty much the biggest thing that I'm seeing a lot of XRP holders kind of deal with is the low volume. You know, there's just not enough movement, so a lot of people is not really trading it as much, which is understandable though. You got to really have a lot of that to really be able to pop off. Has everybody had a pretty good New Year's so far? Yeah, look at Bitcoin. Same with Ethereum. Slow incline right here. Stellar Lumens, Shiba Inu. I would like to really see a lot of these kind of be like Pepe. See that breakout period. You got to think Pepe's doing actually super well right now. Yeah, Pepe's kind of like already broke out of the trend. I would like to see it push higher. I'd like to see it also on Dogecoin. No, yeah, I do think this year is going to be amazing too. Happy New Year's, Eugene. Yeah, we're still got a lot of fear in the crypto market. We have been below that $3 trillion market cap as well. With us being below that $3 trillion market cap, that that is kind of rough because you got to think during the bull market we did get up to around the 4.28 trillion, so we're down like 1.3 trill right now in total market cap, which is huge. That is like a total 30% loss in the whole market. At least Ethereum gas fees are down. A lot of gas fees are down today. Bitcoin dominance is staying pretty steady, 59%, with Ethereum in 12.1. ETFs on the decline. That is something that's negative, though. With the ETFs coming on the downside, we're going to continue to kind of see some of that. I would like to see some bullish activity come from the market, though. I think Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, all those are going to see something similar. XRP right now is seeing a little bit of sales, but that's to be expected. If you're just now tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, as it does help out the channel. Oh yeah. I would love to see some more volatility. I think it's needed. What it is, a lot of people they come in, they FOMO, they panic sell, stuff like that, and then when the market kind of slows down and there's less volume and volatility, that is when a lot of people kind of back out from it because they consider it like crypto winter. Which I mean, I could see that. Oh yeah. I think a lot of stuff's gonna get shaked up here soon, but I mean it's kind of expected. That's what a lot of people don't realize is if you really start to see some of this volume and volatility, and whenever we see a lot of this coins start to kind of drop, that's when a lot of people really panic. That is when a lot of people will FOMO, panic sell. You'll see people start using higher leverage. There'll be more money moving around. Eugene, I mean, right now we're kind of seeing a bullish pattern still, but we just don't got the volume to really kind of push it up. You see Pepe, like Shiba Inu, Polkadot, H bar, all that looking pretty good today, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, the higher cap coins are not really seeing much love today. But I do expect some volume is to come. We got some catalysts by the end of the month, but you'll also have like CPI data, PPI data that's all going to be from quarter 4. Whenever we really start to see the impact, because they did say there's going to be 6 interest rate cuts in 2026. So, I mean, 6 out of 12 months, more than likely, we're going to see an interest rate cut. That's going to allow a lot more institutions to borrow money and to use higher leverage, which is something that we do have to pay attention to. Because if they start bringing in a lot of volume and volatility, that will bring more holders, that will bring more regular investors over to crypto just for the time being. Whenever we see these low volume days and low volatility, you'll see less people looking at their portfolios, just kind of not really looking and interested in trading. But once that flows in, so pretty much they chase the money. Prediction markets are currently up. That was probably the biggest winner in quarter 4. Prediction markets was through the roof. So it's something that we do have to pay attention to. You got to think Bitcoin's down 33%, XRP's down 50% just from July. Ethereum's down, I think, around 40 some percent. Solana's down 50%. A lot of the major cap coins have already dropped right around 30 to 50%. That's made us probably lose some holders and some people to panic sell, but we usually gain a lot of that back when we start to pump. A lot of the times when the market is kind of slow, there's just not a lot of control. You can't. It gets harder to predict. Once we start getting closer to like a golden cross, that is whenever we'll see a lot of good opportunities and you'll see a lot more long leverage at higher amounts. But right now we're so close to the 200 crossing the 50, and when that happens, that usually indicates a bear market to a lot of long-term and short-term traders. So a lot of people will start kind of mixing the shorts and longs right around 50%, trying to time a short and trying to time a long just to get good entries and exits. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. It's just entertainment purposes only, so make sure you do your due diligence. But yeah, 6 rate cuts does sound nice. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. Alrighty, and make sure you guys do come and check this out with the links that are in the description for BitUnix. We're doing a trade to win up to $2,000 in USDT for the 2026 New Year. All you got to do is click on the link, join now. You can join anytime between January 1st and January 31st to be entered. So the entry ends in roughly 30 days, 5 hours. There's a prize pool of 2,000 USDT. Right now, the ranking trading volume leaderboard, there is no data. So right now, there's no other competition. So if you do join, start trading with BitUnix under the link and within the competition, you're more likely to get closer to that 2,000 USDT. So make sure you guys do come and join. Use my link down below. Hit join now. Make sure on the invitation code it'll say 4H6E, and if it does, register and start trading, and it should be good. The link should take you to it. It should say like BitUnix and Josh's Finance. So basically, you can win up to 2,000 USDT pretty quickly. Definitely if there's going to be less competition within the community as well. So make sure you guys do come and check it out. The link down below in the description. Also the pinned comment. If you guys do sign up, you do get access to my Discord and trading indicator for free. So make sure you guys do check that out. So anytime between January 1st and January 31st. So make sure you come and check it out. The link down below. Right now, Ethereum's not really moving. Same with Bitcoin. Decline. Stellar Lumens, though. Stellar Lumens, I was watching it take a hit there a second ago. Shiba Inu's kind of holding up pretty strong. Same with Ethereum Classic. I would like to see this coin right here, Crow Coin. I would like to see Crow Coin really pop off for Crypto.com. I mean, they do a lot of marketing. They do a lot of stuff for just the people that hold the coin. So, I mean, I've always said it's kind of undervalued, but they do have a lot of fees, which could be impactful. Let's see. But right now, everything is looking good on Crow. It is also looking good on XRP on the long term. Just going to have to ride the wave. You know, right now, that's the biggest thing. It's pretty much just riding the wave. Kind of getting used to the movement. Right now, it's very slow moves, which is expected. Yeah, 6 rate cuts does do pretty good. Look at Solana. Solana's just bouncing back and forth. Dogecoin, nice pump, kind of holding that line, kind of channeling. There's just no volume on it. Pepe's, you know, the volume is pretty high on it today. It's been the highest it's been in like 6 months. Same with Bonk, ICP. That's done pretty good. Bitcoin Cash has a lot of shorts on it. Same with Trump. There's so many shorts on it. Keeps holding it down. Same with BNB. BNB's kind of been struggling as an exchange. It was kind of got overextended in my opinion. I mean, whenever you think about some of them coins, you know, like Chainlink, Uniswap, I mean, depending on Ethereum and Solana to kind of provide the services for it, I mean, it could be good long term. It really depends on, the main thing like Ethereum and Solana and how they do. Usually, like for Chainlink will follow Ethereum. I mean, one day we could get to a lot of coins kind of being in favors in a different way, but right now you got creator coins, you got so many different kind of sectors popping up. Not a lot of people kind of look at some of them sectors like they did back in 2020 and 2021. You don't really hear much about them anymore. And I remember even back in like 2017, 2018, I think the coins like Chainlink, Uniswap, all of them kind of had major pumps on them. Same with AVE, Avalanche, Compound, a lot of those. So it really kind of depends on the major coin and how it does. But in reality, we haven't really seen a big run for a lot of those coins. It's in probably the last 3 or 4 years. We've not really seen big major pumps on them. Oh yeah, yeah. You got to think right now we're having a lot of shorts. A lot of people has placed tons of shorts within the market, and those shorts are kind of holding down the market as well. There's a lot of bets that the market is going to crash. With the low volume, it doesn't help either. It just kind of delays it. But yeah, I would love to see like Chainlink, Avalanche, Compound, a lot of those coins kind of pump again. And when they pump, they usually pump pretty hard, where they're kind of smaller cap coins. But there's so many sectors coming into the crypto market. You had like AI coins, you had NFT coins there for a while. You got meme coins, what they'd call doggy coins at one point, creator coins. You know, Nowadays anybody can make a coin pretty quickly, and it's kind of really saturating the market, definitely for meme coins and lower cap coins. But you don't really ever see them really make it to the top, 100 coins like they used to. You'd have a lot of coins go from the top 50 to 100 all the time. Yeah, I hope we don't see a government shutdown number two, but I mean, it is highly possible. If they start not agreeing on something again, it's very possible that it may happen. You can see precious metals are down today too, 6%. That is huge for gold and silver. Gold's kind of held up pretty good, but silver is down 6%. Yeah, there's just not really much volume. Yeah, I would love to see XRP pump. But I mean, I think it's with some of these other coins, it's just going to take a while. I still think the 4 hour chart is going to be into play. We're going to break around this $1.88 again. I think we're still going to pump to around the 220s. We just need that trading volume. You guys can see, we've been pretty bearish and kind of just stuck inside of a channel on some of these time frames, longer time frames, ever since the middle of December. Even on the hourly, you see that nice little double bottom pattern. You can kind of see the channeling here just within a few days. On the weekly, we're getting ready to close again on the weekly here in about 3 days. I would love to see at least one green candlestick for the weekly because we haven't had that since September. We haven't closed on a weekly candlestick on XRP since literally July and September. So those are going to be something that we do need to take a look at as well. Because until we start to kind of see some of that volume, we're going to see less holders, less activity within the market, retail, institutions, ETFs. You know, if ETFs start really kind of pulling out, that's going to bring a lot of negativity to some institutions and some retail investors. Because some retail investors are investing through ETFs now. Yeah, I would love to see XRP still kind of rise, but it doesn't look like it right now. Look at Trump coin not really moving. Same with Bitcoin. Ethereum's not. You got Shiba Inu climbing up. Trying to look and see if we're seeing any well activity, but it doesn't look like we are at this point. Yeah, Eugene, a lot of people do think we're in the bear market. I mean, we did cross for a while on the 200 moving average and the 50 moving average. So that is something else that we do have to take a look at, as well as you start crossing on some of these, and that's a big key indication that, there is less investment and less official movement. So I still expect that there's going to see major pullback. I still think today we're going to see some pullback. It really just depends on trading volume. I mean, trading volume right now is really the key statistic to if we're going to see a bull market or a bear market. Yeah, it looks like Pepe and yeah, Polkadot's pumping. Polkadot's getting closer to that $2 range. Any of you guys invest in Polkadot? Yeah, look at Polkadot though. Polkadot's looking pretty clean. Same with Pepe. Pepe's been pretty bullish. XRP's just volume is super low. Let me see if I can pull up the number here for us again. I know we've lost 24-hour total trading volume, down 35% just within 24 hours. So we've lost roughly 40 billion in just trading volume. We only got liquidations of 150 million, which ain't too bad. So yeah, the trading volume on XRP is only 1.7 billion today. It is number 5 in market cap, according to Coinbase. Versus Bitcoin this year, XRP is down 14%, versus Ethereum down 10%, versus total market is 17%, and performance is 22%. So yeah, a little bit of a decline on trading volume within the last 24 hours on XRP too. Yeah, I would love to see Pepe kind of continue to pump. I would like to see a bull run on some of these alts. I think there's other coins other than XRP that'll probably see good price action here soon. If you're just now tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure you guys do join BitUnix with the link down below and on the pinned comment. You can trade and win up to 2,000. There's currently nobody in the competition yet, so there's going to be probably more people sign up with it. Get closer to win up to $2,000 in USDT. It ends January 31st. Let's see. I wonder if Michael Saylor's bought any more Bitcoin. I don't think he's bought Bitcoin in a while. It's been a few days. Yeah, Pepe and Polkadot still moving up on the upside here short term. 10 to 12% gains on the daily. Bonk and ICP kind of channeling still. I would love to see this trading volume, guys. When you see some of that volume come back from the prediction market back into cryptos, there'll be a lot of people FOMO back into cryptos, I think, once that does come. Kyle C, I think so. It's been such a while since I've been on BitUnix. I trade on BTCC and BitUnix the most, but it's been a long time since I've signed up. But I'm pretty sure they're no KYC. Still looks like XRP is struggling here on the short term, though, guys. There's like no volume at all. Pretty much for the last hour, still trading around that $1.85, $1.86. You got Ethereum still trading around 2980s, Bitcoin 88,000, still channeling. Stellar Lumen's been on the decline, losing a lot of its gains. Same with Onyx Coin. Shiba Inu, I would love to see another Shiba Inu pump, but look at this. It's pulled back quite a bit just within probably the last year to 2 years. It's lost a lot of holders. But a lot of it was from the egg situation that it had like 6 months to a year ago. Solana still at 125. Ethereum Classic at almost $12. Litecoin 78. With Chainlink, I would love to see Chainlink kind of break back out, kind of make another position like this right here and this right here. This is kind of where we consolidate, and then we start to kind of see that breakout again. It's looking pretty bearish, though, within the daily time frames as well, which is pretty bad. So almost every time frame on Link is showing bearish. Dash had a nice little pump for us. We made some pretty good money on spot trading it, and that was recently. Jasmy is still on the decline. Oh wow, Pepe's pumping again. Got some volume on Pepe instead of XRP. If you're just now tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. If there's any other cryptos I should be taking a look at, or if there's any you want me to take a look at before I get off here. So make sure you come and check out BitUnix with the link down below in the description, also in the pinned comment section. You guys can tag along and get up to 2,000 USDT. There's going to be a competition given out. You can also check the leaderboard with the link down below. If you do sign up using my link, you guys can get free access to the private Discord and the trading view indicator you see on the screen. If you guys have any questions or concerns, just let me know down in the comment section down below, and I'll try my best to answer them. So make sure you guys do come and check us out later, as I'll be live streaming almost every single day again. So make sure you guys come and check us out on the Discord. Thank you guys for watching.